If you're worried someone close to you is being radicalised, act early and reach out for help. We give advice and guidance, and together with other organisations, we can put the right support in place. Without it, your loved one could be drawn down a dangerous path. So we'll work to help them escape it. You won't be wasting our time. And if you act early, we can help before it's too late. If you're worried that someone you know is being radicalised, visit actearly.uk.
Welcome everybody to week 2 of the Welsh Esports League Rocket League series. I am Connor Boyd Johnston, joined by I'm gonna butcher your name, so I'll let you introduce yourself there alongside me. Don't want to ruin the FNAF fascination off the stream.
It's lovely to be here, and I am Jinx, and I'm looking forward to being casting in today's match. It's a very good lineup we have here. We're going to be having the Pit Ponies versus the Goats here. Going to be a best of 5 in round number 3.
It's gonna be the best of 5, and of course we have got another match lined up for us as well, which we will find out in due time when our teams are ready to play. But of course, the Pit Ponies coming up this time, and the Goats. So to see if the Goats will hold up to their name being the greatest of all time, or will they fall short of these ponies who maybe are going to prefer horsing around on today's stream, or they could go and have as much fun as possible. Like to see, you never really tell at the start of these matches. Welsh Esports League is always really, really rapid, really, really fun because everyone tries their best to be getting those wins, and everyone has that equal show of skill, that be a single player having that pure skill, or the entire team having a great cohesion and chemistry, expressing skill across the entire series as well as the entire league.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what match map we're going to be on today. Is there any certain maps you're looking forward to seeing coming out within these best of 5s?
I'm happy with any map really. Like all the maps are always fun to watch over and see our players play on. So it's great to see on this first map how it all does go down. Is we do see the Goats take a good advantage, but the Pit Ponies do quickly take up the defensive play to stop it from going any further. Cos draws all the way out there, making sure it goes down the middle of that field, but brought straight back again by the Goats, who are then controlling it. But Ponies still putting a lot of pressure down in these early stages.
Yeah, like you said, the blue team here going to be getting some early pressure being put on towards the Goats here, so they're going to have to put on some real defense here. Otherwise, they're going to get scored on quite early. As like I said, there's a lot of pressure. Maybe even a goal here, and yes, there is early goal there from Marvels, going to be putting them 1-0 up within the first minute of the game. It's a very impressive double tap there. We're going to be seen by Marvels and his teammate going to be going for a little bit of a passing play there very early on here, so it could still go either way. Kickoff going to be going towards the Pit Ponies here, maybe even going to be seeing a little bit of another double tap here, but Pos is outplayed there in the 50 from Rogue.
Oz is outplayed there, and Rogue does get ahead and nudge it away into a very good situation there. Meaning the Goats can control the field a little bit more and get the ball as far up as possible. And I'm noticing on the side of this pitch as well, while we're in that bit of middling gameplay, that of course everyone's favourite, Lightning McQueen himself, is on the advertisement everywhere, with Cos representing Lightning McQueen, but that is not a very chow moment as the goal does go straight past them. 1-1 now, with Trappy getting that goal for the Ponies.
Lightning McQueen is going to be living up to his name there. Going to be playing very, very fast there and getting the 50, and his teammate just slotting it in. That is going to be a second goal very early on in the game. This is a very, very quick game so far. Each team playing very, very fast paced and very mechanical, as we're seeing here. A lot of aerials and like double taps that players are going to be going for. So I think it's going to be a very, very close game here. Both teams, as we can see, both are very mechanical. And I think it's really going to be down to team plays here, who can get, the best defense, who can like get those great passes out to each other and just beat the other team, basically be faster.
Yeah, it does come down to all of that. And that is just something that both these teams are displaying quite easily, where it's just coming down to, the goals have come down to who has the ball faster, who has gotten there, quicker, who is beating at the fence a lot easier. We do see a bit of a clash of heads there, meaning that both teams are going for the ball at the same time. It's something you hate to see because you get demolitions just like that. But it is okay because you can retaliate again with demolition yourself. We do see Trappy goes for there. Cos misses that setup demo from, not demo, the dummy, sorry, from Cos, but it's okay. Trappy and Cos working together perfectly. As we do see Hazard is bringing it on down to Jasmine, who plays it on though, and Trappy gets a pick of it, but doesn't get all the way through, goes onto that crossbar, and it is just going to go quite softly into another defensive player as it is forced on out to that midfield position and towards the opposing goal.
Pit Pony is going to have to make sure they rotate back here, otherwise the Goats are just going to be able to get an easy goal, as most of the Pit Ponies were on the orange side. But another chance at a goal there, but just can't quite get there in time before the ball hits the ground. It's very unfortunate there, but now ball back in possession of the Goats. Trappy almost getting a goal there, but just going slightly wide. Going to be trying to go for a pass and play. He's going to have to rotate back here very quickly, as it does leave Cos all by himself in the defense. But Cos with a great clear there. We're going to see Hazard. He's going to try and take it back into the blue side here. Trying to get a little bit of an aerial towards his teammate, but he can't quite get there, as there's great defense there from Quick Scent.
There's great defense and is perfectly displayed why a defensive option is an amazing option in Rocket League. Seeing your basic rudimentary plays where it is two at the back, one at the front, but that is something that could be broken quite easily. And as you see, it does go across the front of the goal. It tickles going on through. The ball does not cross that line completely, so Hazard getting another save there and uses that opportunity where it's deflected all the way onto the front, but misses it out completely. Marvels comes in for that second attempt at the goal, doesn't get it all the way down either, and is forced into that goal post and is drawn out, leaving a very, very open goal for the Ponies to go for. But luckily Hazard there again to save it and keep the 1-1 position.
Hazard there, great defense. Although he was a very low boost, he is going to be able to get it into the blue side and get a goal there with a great pass to Marvel, and he slots it just over the top of the defender there. Quicksand couldn't quite get the save there, as he was bumped here by Cos. Very great teamwork, like we said. That is very, very essential to get some goals here, and like we said, it has worked, and I think if they can keep that up, they can definitely take game number 1 here.
He'll probably take this game number 1, as defense does turn straight into an offense with RL Hazard getting that goal off the bat from their teammate in Marvels, meaning that that gap is widened and there is a lot more pressure on the Ponies here. They have gone ahead and just done it completely. Shown them who is the boss, shown them you don't need that Lightning McQueen skin to be the best, because we're going to show you who is running life on the highway, and it is purely and perfectly done. And we see Hazard comes on through again for another shot, is stopped by that crossbar, but Jasmine goes on through for another, doesn't quite get it, is having to be forced out by defensive play. Cos picks it up, but isn't going to get too far, and is forcing a corner himself, and Hazard goes again for another open goal, doesn't get too far, comes back again to that same corner. And we just seem to be playing a very, very defensive game. But currently, you can play defensive if you are the Goats, because you have just gotten your 2-goal advantage. You've gone 3-1, and you're happy with where you are.
Well, we're seeing only 30 seconds left on the board here. The Goats are going to be in a very, very great position here if they can take game number 1. They're going to be playing very aggressively here, just to make sure that they can't get scored on within the last 20 seconds, as that would be very, very disastrous to see a little bit of a comeback like that. But great defense here from Quick Ascent. He's going to be clearing it out back into the Goat side of the field, but I just don't think there's enough time. With only 8 seconds left on the clock, there is going to be almost another goal there, but it's just quite wide over the top of the net. Are they going to be able to keep the ball up here with 0 seconds now on the clock? The orange team do kill the ball, and game number 1 goes to the Goats.
The Goats showing that they are trying to stick as true to their name as possible by getting this first game off in a swift and easy fashion. Didn't look too good at the start. It was that middling sort of play you see from a lot of teams when they're trying to work out what each other are going to do. Then towards the middle, they got that first goal, then they got their second, and then they got their third. And even though there was that 1 goal to the Pit Ponies, the Goats just persevered and they got themselves the extra 2 and allowed themselves that win. It is only the first game, and both teams did play very, very well. That's why we only really saw it as that 3-1 situation rather than a complete thrashing. But I think given how strong the Goats were later in that game, they can probably just keep riding on that high and steamroll through into these second and third games. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a close sort of series. You could see a 3-2, we could maybe see a 4-1, or maybe the flat 5-0. because it's just one of those ones where it's so hard to tell from that first game, but both teams really, really could put their effort in.
Yeah, I'm very very excited to see how the rest of this matchup goes. As the goats there, they play very very aggressively. Like we saw, lots of aerials and mechanical plays coming out, trying to get those goals in, just slot them in. And I think their teamwork that we saw throughout that game was very very on point. And we saw lots of passing plays that led to goals, lots of bumps, lots of demos. And I think if that can keep up, then they definitely have a great chance of winning here in game number 2. But like we said, teamwork is key. So it's all down to see if the pit ponies can match the goats' teamwork and take game number 2 here. But we're already in game number 2. Going to be showing some early signs of almost a goal here, but great defense there from Koz, putting it back into the goat side of the pitch. They're going to have to rotate back here, otherwise they're going to be in a very very bad position and lead to an early goal for the pit ponies.
It lead to a very early goal, but the pit ponies are not the ones who are getting it, and it is Jasmine taking that first step ahead. So where we did see it in the last game where it took a few minutes to get through to that first goal, this was a mere few seconds. We've ticked down to 4.5 minutes with the lead going in favor of the goats. This could be a sign of a newly developed sweep for this game, or it could just be the pit ponies caught off guard quite early on. It does go quite close to the goat's goal, which means it is forcing interventive play, but Jasmine gets a good hold of it, fires it away, to go straight into the pit ponies team, who then goes for another shot, and all three of them go for that same spot on that post, and it does not make it. Now it's just down to Trappy to take it, with Hazard all by themselves. Koz, he's the one to come back and save it though, and he's able to stop it, and it goes through as Jasmine gets that second. So even though you saved all those goals coming out from amazing plays, an open goal into a deflection, into a secondary shot, but then Jasmine is the one to clean it up in that top corner. 2-0 to the Goats.
Very, very good placement we're going to be seeing there from that goal. And it's only a minute in. So, I mean, both teams still have like a lot of time here to work with. And the pit ponies, they can pull it back very very easily here, but the goats at the minute, they're just taking this lead away with a very good safety net of 2 goals, and their defense is just on point. Like they're not letting any goals in. They're rotating very very efficiently here, and we're going to be seeing a lot of passing plays when it comes to the goal side of it. Marvel here, he's going to be trying to go up for it, but it is beaten there and almost leads to a goal, leaving one of the goats inside of the net all by himself. But great clear there. Another goal almost here, going to be coming from Aro Hazard, making it almost 3-0, but the pit ponies do not need that, and there was great save by them.
It's a great save, and they're just showing they're starting to wake up for this game too. They got that goal in that first game, so they are one of those teams that are going to be getting those goals. Of course, you are playing for differential as well in terms of how many goals you go ahead and score, because that can be a point that makes a prize towards the end. But of course, right now they're probably trying to play to get those 2 goals back, to at least push for an overtime, if not go for that third to push for the win. But the Goats just aren't letting them have it. They have an amazing shot from far out. It is down to Trappy to pick it up, but it is pulled down again by RL Hazard, who plays it on the front, and then Marvels goes ahead and goes for quite a cheeky tap in from an awkward angle. There was an aerial play from their teammate.
Well, now 3-0 up. The Goats are taking this lead even further. The pit ponies are going to have to pull something out here, otherwise they are going to be 2-0 down. Still not unwinnable, but definitely a bad position to be in here. Koz is going to be playing very, very fast-paced here. He's going to be trying to just become faster, as he is Lightning McQueen after all. He is the fastest on the pitch. I think that car gives you like a 5% speed boost. Am I right?
It should do if it does, because Lightning McQueen has got to stick to his name. But of course, that currently isn't happening, because you'd think he'd be the one who's at the front, he'd the one who's winning. But of course, right now the winning team is the Goats, who take that goal and 4-0. What an amazing display this is going so far, and unlike last time where a lot of goals came from very, very simple plays just because they were pushing to get themselves ahead, all these goals will come from very mechanical, very out there plays that means they are doing very well and very consciously to make sure they are winning this match and being drawn straight forward to that goal like a magnet is in there for them. They are looking to go for that 5th, as we see Hazard comes on through, takes a shot from far out and hits that crossbar. So it isn't going too far, but then we see Marvel's coming on for a second. Koz has to awkwardly nudge it towards the goal to get it away, but luckily it is saved and forced towards an open goal. But it's pulled straight back again onto that crossbar, and it's pulled back down again. So the case is now clear for the ponies, but they're still 4-0 down in the entire game.
We're going to be seeing shot after shot here, but a great shot there from Hazard. A little double tap over the defender's head. He can't quite reach there. Now leading to 5-0 down. The Pit Ponies here are in a very, very bad position. But, I mean, I've seen comebacks harder than this. I definitely know it's possible for the Pit Ponies, but they are going to need to change up their plays here. But the Goats, they're just playing so aggressive. And we saw shot after shot after shot. And I don't think the Pit Ponies could handle it. And maybe even almost another goal is a passing play to Jasmine, just leads it into another goal. Now 6-0 up, bottom left. What a great placement there. Almost a nice double tap, but it led to a great pass there as the defender just couldn't get it back in time.
They just could not get back in time completely, and they exploited that so well. 6-0 now to the Goats, and they are just going to be wanting to go for that 7th, that 8th, that 9th, possibly even that 10th. They can really push for it. They're going to rub the salt so deep into this wound that maybe they won't even want to play that game free. We'll have to see if we could see anything. Your idea of a comeback, it is possible. I've seen games go to like the last minute where you get 6 goals in the final breath, but I just think from how the Goats are playing right now, it is just going to go in their favor, and it is going to go for that 6, possibly a 7. We do see an open goal position there for Quaison, but it isn't going to be enough as it is forced straight on back to Cos, who is a solo player there, holding them to their ground perfectly, making sure to keep it away from that goal.
Well, with only a minute left, it is looking very unlikely here that the Pit Ponies are going to come back. The Goats are just playing so well, and they're living up to their name as the Goats, almost leading to a 7th goal there. Very good challenge, but they're just all the defenders are in the goal, and they just can't get a shot off. But all the Goats here are going to be up pitched, maybe even giving Pit Ponies a chance to score, but they just get back in time. Now back in the Goats' possession here. Jasmine clearing it over the Pit Ponies' heads and trying to get a 7th goal, just to rub it in, I think, a little bit. But they definitely don't need it. I think this is going to be game number 2 here for the Goats.
I do too think it is going to go to the Goats. They are playing perfectly. Just even in the defensive play, they are just immaculate right now. They are pulling it straight on forward to make sure that it is getting closer and closer to that opposing goal, but aren't getting it all the way, because all they need to do is just nudge it and nudge it and nudge it. And now they're in these last few seconds, I doubt even Lightning McQueen could get a goal a second to make it so you get to that last point. Keeping it on the floor, a little bit of dancing in the air there to make sure that it's high and dry, but it is brought straight on down to the ground. Goats taking this 2nd game. So to see how well this game 3 goes, we could see the Goats completely dominate it again, or we could see the Ponies finally getting a grips to the field and making sure they are getting the goal after goal after goal. They've been battered a couple times. Some players will take that as a way to say, we need to step our game up. Some players will take that as a way to say, you know what, we're just going to drop out, we're just going to stop, we're going to let you have that win. We'll have to see if the Ponies are quitters or if they are fighters, because this is the one that counts. They lose, they're done, they've lost this match. They go ahead and win it, they have a 2nd breath of life to go ahead and try for more and more, and possibly nudge it into a 3-2 in their favor.
Well, I think it would be very dumb if the Ponies did back out, because they can still win. I mean, Lightning McQueen just definitely has to equip that boost. Extra 5% could help him win. You never know. That little bit of extra speed on him could be fast enough to beat the Goats. But like we said, 2 games now go for the Goats, so it is all down to this match. If they can get a flawless sweep against the Ponies, I think that'll give them quite a bit of an ego boost, especially going into their next matchup, whenever that may be. But I flawless game I just seen there. Absolutely immaculate gameplay, and just we saw great shot after great shot that game, and I'm very looking forward to seeing if the Goats can keep that up next game. Maybe in another flawless sweep, but it's all down to the Pit Ponies here to if they can stay in the game or not and get some goals here.
It will be seeing who can go for what and who gets those goals and who gets those games. Pit Ponies lose that kickoff, which is very unfortunate, because often in Rocket League, if you win the kickoff, you win the match, or at least the first part of the match. But they do actually retaliate and try and take a good advantage from a lost ball. It does go straight up to Hazard, who runs it all the way to the opposing goal. Has a bit of an air dribble, but isn't successful in finding that perfect spot. Marvels goes for a 2nd attempt to get it, and with Jasmine in the goal there, that was making sure someone was going to tap that in. 1-0 within the space of about 10 seconds. So again, they are running rings, they are really pushing themselves. We'll have to see if this is a change in pace. This could just be an early goal, or this could just be that same mistake. It's not even a mistake, same remedy, same rhyme, where it's just going to be goal after goal after goal. We do see ponies do pick it up straight away, though, but it isn't. Is it going to be enough to get that goal in? It is not. It just hits that crossbar. It goes about to play for the Goats there.
Quickesen was trying to get a little bit of a zero boost goal, but it just couldn't quite work out for him, as his teammates just weren't in the position in the right time. But it's already 1-0 to the Goats, and they're just playing so well, and I don't blame them for playing so aggressively here, as they are 2 games up. They can play a lot more aggressively, you could say. And as we're seeing here, another goal from Marvels. They're just playing so fast, and it's working out for them in their favour, as we're going to be seeing amazing passes from teammates to just leading. Already 2-0 up. Like, that's crazy in the first minute. The Marvels, he's just carrying his team this game. And I think if he can keep up that aggression, he might be MVP this game. Already having 2 goals for his team. He's definitely one of the better players on this pitch we're going to be seeing.
He is one of the better players so far, but of course credits to the teammate Hazard, who gets all the way up there for Cos, only to be the one to pick it up on that other side, and does have a good bit of action trying to get it on through. We do see a shot taken from very far away, doesn't quite make it. Jasmine does try to pick up the piece and gets on out to Hazard, but Jasmine is also right there on that spot, and this is an amazing show of play, knowing exactly where to be when the ball has been fired away. Marvels now picks it up off of an awkward position. They're going to go straight through for Trappy, who gets that goal back. So it's not down and out completely for the Ponies, because they have gone and got themselves a goal. It's a similar position we had in that game 1, where they are drawing closer and closer. But however, this time, it isn't that massive gap before the goal was scored. It is a 2-for-1 apiece. So it was 1-1 into 2-1 into 3-1. Now you're in that position where you've put pressure in a leading point for the Goats, and they have to think we have to play a little bit softer now. Toz goes to that shot from far out, doesn't quite get it, but Quaison goes in for a second shot, doesn't quite get it either. Played on out, but over to Hazard, who pulls it on down, goes over the top of everyone, pulls it on through for a second. Hazard goes and makes it that 3-1 position, so it's replicating that game 1, 3-1 now. Let's see if this is going to be the same that game 1 where it's kept, or we're going to see a game 2 repetition, or could we see the complete reset with maybe the Ponies picking up the pieces from what they learned in the past 2 games.
Well, maybe we might even see a Brazil this game if they can somehow get another 4 goals. That'd be very, very exciting to see. And Hazard with a great shot last time, and it just led to a goal. And another early goal here from Marvels. A great air dribble across the map. A little bit of a fake there, leading into a goal. Great placement there, bottom left, as there just was no winning goal. They're now 4-1 up with only 3 goals left to get that Brazil that I think they're trying to go for.
I think they are just going to push for that Brazil, and it is going to be a saving grace of what it is, whether that be a win or a loss from attempting to do so. Looks though to be a very, very good victory. That goal we just saw there, where it was going for an air dribble, going for a fake, and just tapping it in that bottom point. Always love and hate to see those, depending on what side of the ball you're on. It is played on out though, and we are seeing Marvels go for that. Another run up the field, goes across the face of the goal. We do see that one of their teammates does try and get it, but doesn't quite go through. Just shoots straight in that goal, leaving a very, very open position for the Ponies to slot on into. But they are stopped on that back line. Trappy is able to try and maybe pick up some pieces. Cos also comes on in to try and get a handle on that ball. Doesn't quite get all the way. Go for another shot though there from Trappy. Pulls on back to Cos, who pulls it on forward, goes over through, but Marvels picks it up. Cos then gets a touch with it, isn't overly happy with that touch. Leaves Hazard on a very, very open goal, who chips it over, hits that backboard, comes on through. We do see Marvels misses. We do see Jasmine miss as well. So it's very, very open play now for either of the players on the Ponies to go for. But Marvels picks it up in that corner and makes it so it goes back into their favor.
Marvels is really trying here with a great shot there from Quickesen, but it just is not powerful enough to go past the defender there. And another goal here from Marvels, definitely the MVP of this map with 4 goals for his team. With only a minute 41 left, it is definitely possible for this Brazil here. And they're just playing so well that I think they definitely deserve this win. It's very unfortunate for the Pit Ponies, as I think Goats are definitely the more mechanical team here, as we're seeing like aerial and air dribbles and everything, and flick resets, one after another. They're not even hesitating. A great team here we're going to be seeing, and they definitely deserve this win. But with only a minute 30 left, if somehow the Pit Ponies can pull this out of the bag with 4 goals. Seen it before, like we said earlier. They can stay in the game.
They can stay in the game, but that hesitation that you just mentioned is not being shown whatsoever. It's not being shaken, it's not being shown, it's not being forced, and they are just playing to every out and every piece of skill and knowledge possible. We're seeing a little bit of play coming out from the ponies, who are putting that pressure on his late game, but it's a little bit too late, and too little too late is never a good thing to be saying to anyone, because it does cause a lot of pressure. Cos goes that shot from far out on the end gameplay, but with 50 seconds left, there isn't really too much point to go for it. Trappy goes through, gets that second goal in, so that differential is saved a little bit, and if they can get maybe a goal every 10 seconds, which is still possible, it could be something to go home about. But it doesn't seem very, very doable. Still, it's something to aim for. Kickoff is coming up, and it is going to come down to whatever wins this kickoff, I feel. If we do see a ponies win, which they do, they could maybe keep control of it and find that perfect moment to take another shot after shot after shot. Cos is taking good control of it. Quiescent goes over the top, goes through to Trappy, who takes a shot, goes off that backboard though. Cos tries to pick it up, doesn't get it quite off the backboard, goes through to Goat Jasmine though, who is just going to try and control that play, keep it a little bit of defensive pressure on. Cos draws it on out, but we just see all 3 of the Goats to just drop back now, defending and taking a shot at goal if they can. And with 20 seconds left, that is your best bet. Try and defend. If you get a chance, go for a cheeky level one. Keep your resistances high and keep your differences low.
Well, definitely here with only 5 seconds left of this matchup. 5-2, almost 5-3 even to the Goats, but just couldn't quite get it. As great defense here we're going to be seeing by the Goats. Game is going to be finishing on 5-2. Great plays there by the Goats, and they definitely deserved that win. Very unfortunate for the Ponies, getting flawless swept 3 games in a row, and I couldn't say much more other than the Goats definitely deserved that win. What do you think about that game?
I think they deserved it too. They were playing it to a complete T. They were getting the ball where they needed it, when they want, wherever they needed it. They got it there when they wanted, why they wanted it, how they wanted it. Pretty much every question you could ask, they were able to answer it, and they put that pressure on immaculately. A couple times they slipped up, and the ponies were able to get those goals. But every time the ponies scored a goal, the Goats were there to pick up the pieces, score another, and make sure they put all that pressure on. And hopefully we can see some more of that from the Goats throughout the season. And hopefully the ponies could use this as a learning curve to say, you know what, we were completely destroyed this match, but we're still able to see what went wrong, what went well, and that could just be something to learn from over and over again. I could see them getting 2 or 3 wins throughout this season just by picking up those better pieces throughout the series.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm excited to be seeing who is going to be playing up next, and but we won't find that out until after the short break that we're now going to be going into, and we will see you guys very, very shortly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Welsh Esports League Rocket League Season 3, Week 2. I am here alongside Jinx still, and we have got our second match just about to be lined up. It is the Wolfhounds versus, I want to say it's Team She or Team Shy. But either way, it is going to be a fun match. I have had a long history with the Wolfhounds. Of course, casting them last season was always a fun thing to go over. So it's going to be nice to see how they pull out the plays this season and how well they'll display themselves gunning for a championship this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if the Wolfhounds can keep up how they did last season against an unknown team for us anyway, as Team Shy, Team She, like you said. Probably butchering it, but it's going to be interesting to see. Here we are in round number 4, and hopefully it's not a sweep like we saw in the last matchup, as that was very, very quick.
Hopefully it is not. Yeah, but yeah, I guess it's one or two ways. Hopefully they want to be sweeping it because either Wolfhounds or Team Shy are going to want to get those points completely to a T, because sometimes you just want to have it be as long and drawn out as possible to get as much content as practice as you can. But to see how it goes, if we see a cataclysm of a kickoff because it goes straight in the favor of the Wolfhounds. But it does get picked up by Team Shy, who put it on back, who go for a shot straight away there. Don't get it all the way, so showing themselves that even though they may be a bit of an unknown team to us, they are not an unknown team to the field of Rocket League. It gets pulled on down by Team Shy again with Ryzen, who plays it back to Frankie Monkey 6 Rocket League, who is able to keep it in that middle of the field. But we don't see, I'm not even attempt to pronounce their gamer tag there, as it is though, even though I may butcher their name, they do not butcher their goals. 1-0 to Team Shy in this first game.
We are going to be seeing very early goals here in each match we see, as early goal with the first 30 seconds there. Great shot there, placed bottom right, and we're going to be seeing aggression here from both teams. So I think this is going to be a very, very close matchup here. Both teams very, very mechanical and very, very fast paced. And I think it's genuinely down this game into who can get those shots, more shots off, basically.
I think it will come down to that. It's a lot more of a closer game we saw in our opening match with the other two teams. But of course, with how good the Wolfhounds are and how much they've displayed throughout past seasons of this tournament, they probably aren't going to give up just quite yet, because they are getting quite close to that goal, but it's being pulled back straight away by the players on Team Shy, who are just allowing themselves to get as much room as possible. And this seems to just be working so well for them. They're playing it back, they're playing heavy on that defense until it gets to them, and they are striking it. They are going together as a free, they're coming back as a free. But the mistake that they're not making, a lot of teams do make when they go for that play as a free combo, is they're not clashing heads, not all going for the ball. It is, I'll take the middle, you take the left, I take the right, and that is working so well for them. As you see, another shot is taken there by Hopeless Will, who does go ahead and get a second goal for Team Shy here. So the players who we would be underdogs are just dominating this early part of this first game. Especially when you're about a minute and a half into the match, this is a very good dominant position to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And although they did just get a goal and they did have possession over the ball most of that last minute we saw, they were playing kind of passively. They weren't really going for any demos, and they weren't really going for like the true progression. Although they had possession and it did end up working out for them, I think if they played that a little bit more aggressively, they would have got a goal a lot sooner. But it doesn't matter, as they are in the lead, and another goal there for Hopeless Will, just slotting it past the defender. And it's just very, very powerful there. Pass from one of his teammates, and just very, very fast paced there, as we've seen throughout these last 2 goals, 3 goals. They're just very, very fast shots, and the blue team just couldn't handle it. But 3 minutes left, we can definitely see a comeback here from Team Wolfhounds. And there we go, the comeback is already on from Emir. A very, very nice shot there from midfield, just slamming it right in the middle of that net, and tried to be defended there, but just couldn't quite get there in time.
They could not quite get there, and Emir opens up the gates for the Wolfhounds scoring those goals. Will this be the through and through? But Hopeless Will changes that completely. It just scores from a kickoff. That was nothing from that. Just went in, took the kickoff, took a tap, went through past everybody. Everyone moved out of the way of that goal, and if someone's going to go for it, then you're going to just take that shot. 4-1 now to Team Shy. Whether it was an accident or just a sheer amount of, gunning for a goal and going get it, as we do see Ryzen scores again from the kickoff there. That's 2 kickoff goals in a space of a few seconds. They are making the opposing team crumble. I'm lost for words. It's not something you see very often for a team that comes in to these early days of a tournament. 5-1 now, 2 minutes 59. Will we see a third? The kickoff does go a little bit more defensively, but Ryzen and Co are there to pick up straight away and change the pace quite quickly after that slip up.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's very, very unlikely that you see kickoff goals, especially back-to-backs like that. Now 5 went up. The Wolfhounds are really going to have to pull something out of the bag here, come back after those very, very, very unfortunate goals. But they're going to be trying to get a shot off there, a little bit wide, past his teammate maybe. Another shot that is gone a little bit wide, leaving Monkey all by himself now. 100 boost, can he take it up pitch into the middle for his team? A lovely demo there from Ryzen, leading to a goal from RZY. Great teamwork there, like we've seen, with only 2 minutes left. 6-1. We might even see a Brazil here. It's very, very likely. With another 2 minutes left, the aggression we're seeing from Shy is working out for them like a T.
It's working like clockwork right now, and it's just, it is going like a T completely. As you said, it is just going so well. We do see Hopeless is picking it up and going for that goal again, taking it through. We see Ryzen go for that crossbar shot, doesn't quite get it. Then we see their teammate is coming back to try and pick it up. Doesn't get quite a grip on the ball there, isn't doing too well, but we just see Hopeless rips it on through. Doesn't really go all the way through. We do see it is picked up again. Hopeless then comes Ryzen alongside them, brings it on through. Another shot is taken from halfway across the pitch. 7-1 with a minute 53 left, and Team Shy are just controlling this game right now, and they are really putting a pedal to the metal here, because it is 7-1, 153, and the Wolfhounds, who are known to be a very, very good team, just cannot do anything right now and are falling behind. A very close stage, and a shot from the kickoff there goes in from Ryzen, and that is either just them being so skilled, or it could just be a case of maybe the Wolfhounds are giving up right now.
I mean, I definitely think this is a bit an unfortunate game for the Wolfhounds. I don't think it's a matter of skill issue. Definitely not, as the kickoff goals this game have not been in their favour, and it's basically been half of the goals that have been kickoff goals, which is very, very unfortunate. And I think game 2, they're going to pull it back with a great team pinch there, leading in to a top right goal. That was very well placed here. A little bit taken out the wall, past the defenders, and then a team pinch straight into the net. Maybe even a pass. Very close for a pinch there, though. But either way, still very, very well placed. And then now 9 went up. Almost, I mean, maybe even impossible to come back now. 9 went up with only a minute 40 left. It's going to be very, very, very hard here for them to come back.
It's going to be very hard for them to come back, as there is that glorious 10th goal there. I can see it on the tip of your tongue. You're thinking of how to word it, but there, they just worded it for us. 10 goals to 1, and the Wolfhounds are falling behind. They're not even trailing. The woods are that way, and I'm pointing somewhere, not anyone can see it, but the woods are that way. And then where Team Shy, all by the other side of the woods, they're in the village. They've gone and sat down with the big bad wolf and had their tea, because this is what they are going for. Wolfhounds take a shot, but it's too little too late, my friends, because it is going heavily in the favor of Team Shy, who defend perfectly as well. They don't even have to defend at this point. Like, you can just stop it going in over and over again. We do see Ryzen and Co are keeping it back there. We see High Kachow comes on through, and it's just going so poorly right now, is the best way to put it, for the team players on the Wolfhounds. We see it is pulled on through by Team Shy again. We do see it goes back to Ryzen, who has to defend perfectly, bounces off the wall, has multiple options in the middle. Hopeless goes for it, is clashed out of the way, unfortunately, by their teammate, and now it's just playing comfortably here.
I definitely think after this game, Team Wolfhound needs to put this game behind them and just have a fresh slate next game, as this was a very, very unfortunate game. Although both teams played very, very well, Team Shy have absolutely dominated this game, and all too well for them. They are 10-1 up, which is absolutely phenomenal to see at this high of a rank. You usually never see this, and it's great gameplay from both sides, but like we said, definitely unfortunate this game. And It'd be great to see if Wolfhounds can do a 10-1 back on them next game, but I think that's extremely unlikely. The way Team Shy are playing, they definitely have deserved this win with great goals we've seen throughout the entire game. And the game is going to finish on 10-1 there for Team Shy. Absolutely phenomenal game, and Wolfhounds are going to have to completely remove that game from their memory and prepare for the next game.
They are going to completely prepare for them, and that is just a match that I didn't expect to happen. I know off screen we had a little bit of a chat of who do we think was going to win, and I said Wolfhounds, but you were right there saying at least in that first game that Team Shy were going to go and get those goals. Wolfhounds dropping for a second to maybe just try and have a bit of a chat behind the scenes, try and capture themselves mentally and get over this fatigue that was a 10-1 loss in this opening game. I think they can come back for it. I think they're a good enough collection of players to want to push and persevere through the entire thing. And I think they will be able to get maybe a game or two in this match. But with how Team Shy are performing with such an immaculate win, like essentially a clean sheet with the amount of goals they put forward, they could possibly be going for our second 3-0 sweep of this stream, which would be amazing to see because a team that at first we hadn't heard of, and then they just show us, you may not have heard of us, but these guys will have done, and it's going to be fun to watch them through the rest of this series.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's all down to the points. So if Team Shy can quickly get this game over and finished with, they get all those points, and without having to struggle through I can't even speak. It's just that game is discombobulated my brain. But hopefully we don't see an absolute killing like last game, as I would feel very, very bad for the Wolfhounds. But if they don't get kickoff goal on, I think they definitely have a great chance of winning this game. But only time will tell here. And maybe an early goal here, but no, great defense from Team Shy. Could not expect anything less, as they do not want to get scored on at all. But Team Shy are not letting us down with another goal off of the bat. 19 seconds in, and they're already showing their dominance from Hopeless Will once again, making sure he's the MVP of this game once again, maybe even trying to get an MVP of the day. Great plays from Will there, great placement.
Amazing placements, some great plays, getting it as far forward as possible, especially off of that defensive play. We saw that the Wolfhounds had a good chance at a goal, but it was just defended and just went straight from that defensive position onto the offense and got it out as far as possible. Emery here trying to replicate that style of play by going defensive on their own side and then pulling it forward, but is just going to fall straight for the players over on Team Shy, who do lose it quite quickly, though. It goes over the top for the Wolfhounds, but is collected quite easily by Ryzon, who has changed into that Lightning McQueen skin, which could be very, very, there's no benefit to it, but it could be beneficial for those mind games to say, we won that first game immaculately, let's show you who the true king of speed is. Is pulled back down again, is forced into quite an aerial play, but is quickly and calmly controlled, unfortunately in a defensive position for Team Shy, who do again just retaliate and get out their goal amazingly.
We are going to be seeing RZY trying to show off a little bit here, trying to get some nice redirects. I mean, they can go for it. They know they're a very strong team, especially mechanically, and they're just trying to get as many goals as they can, so they have that safety net just in case they get scored on, very unfortunately, like another kickoff goal maybe. But great plays here from Team Shy, great defense. And they're just trying to clear it out, try and get another goal. 3 minutes left. They are definitely playing very strong, and they can definitely take this win. If they can keep up this gameplay, we might only see like a 1-0 game, which would be very interesting to see, especially after last game.
It'll be very, very interesting to see, but of course a team such as Team Shy, who did so well, are probably going to know that it's not only a game of skill and a game of actually playing the game, but also there's that mental gameplay to it as well. And by taking him from a position where it is a massive gap to a tiny gap, could really get some bugs crawling under the skin. Do you get a second goal there, which means that it is going to be very, very good for them to maybe at least push for another 10-goal game. But again, I'd say anything 3 goals and below after the game we just had, I think is going to be annoying for the Wolfhounds because they're expecting to be crushed, but then they get crushed mentally instead by having a 3-goal game go against them. So that is going to quickly change up. The pace is picked up a little bit. So I think we were just seeing them wanting to take themselves a bit more seriously It is pushed on forward here. We do see TikTok Emery though picks it up the pieces. It's going to try and go for a goal and get it as far as forward as possible. Saved on the spot by Ryzen, who plays it on forward to the opposing team here, but it does go quite back. Ryzen then picks up the pieces again. Is semi-open on goal, but it is forced in between a channel of three blue players from the Wolfhound, and they are able to pick it up and draw it all the way back. Go on forward. It is pulled through. Emery has the ball on an open shot, but Hopeless is the one to save it. And it does come on back through. Hopeless will picks up again, goes through, and it is Hike Chow who does try and get it again, but doesn't get the goal in. We do see that it is RZY is able to pick it up, and it is Hopeless who picks it up again, drops it on down, but it is quite clearly defended for an open goal shot. But it is all, it keeps going forward, it bounces off, it bounces down, and we do see RZY stops it from going into an open goal and goes straight back onto the offensive, taking a shot of their own, but does not make it.
Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of pressure here from Team Shy, especially within the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of the game. They are 2-0 up this game. Definitely not a 10-1 game this time, but still, they have a two-goal safety net, and that's all they need for a win. They don't even need two, but they're just making sure that if they do get scored on somehow, they have that one-goal safety net. And maybe we're going to be seeing another goal here, but great defense there. Just going a little bit wide, though. Emir going to be going up for the ball here, maybe trying to pass his teammate. Great pass there, but he just can't quite get it. Cleared there by RZY, and maybe going to be another goal, but just on the goal line, it did not go in. Ryzen playing like McQueen, gets a little bit of a flit reset, trying to go for a musty there, but it is very quickly challenged there by Emir. Now going to be on the backboard, trying to get a pass down to his team, but with only 50 seconds left, there is going to be a lot of pressure here, going to be needed to be put on by the Wolfhounds if they want to take this match. Otherwise, they are going to be 2-0 down, and it will be match point. 40 seconds, going to be seeing a flick there, but it's just not powerful enough to go over the defenders. Kachow trying to keep it in the play here, passing to middle, but great clear there we've seen by Ryzen, playing it as Lightning McQueen. Once again, thrown back on to Team Shy's side of the pitch, but just, they're not in the position they need to be. Very unfortunate here. Ball gets passed into the middle, and they're just not there. They're trying to keep on the pressure here, but it's just not enough. And there's only 10 seconds left of the match. And it is looking like another game for Team Shy. Great defense there from Fire Monkey. With only 3 seconds left, it is going to be game to Team Shy here. 0 seconds on the clock, and they do end up killing the ball. And that is now a match point for Team Shy. Extremely well played there once again, but only 2 goals were scored that game. That's extremely different compared to last game, but they definitely deserve that win once again. Great defense we've seen throughout that game, and I think if we can see that once again, they can take home a flawless sweep.
They could take home that flawless sweep, and this could be our second 3-0 of the stream, which is something you rarely ever see, especially when it is in teams where they're all close knit. But this is just proving that you can beat a team that is known to be very, very powerful, but you can still be crushed and destroyed in a match of Rocket League. It's going to be seeing how far it goes. We are under match point though, and this could be again that point where the team who's losing has to try and get that last chance, that last gasp of air before they push themselves further above and beyond. Team Shy though are going to be want to put on a show. They've got their massive win, they've got their small win. They're going to see maybe they're going to go in the middle, maybe they're going to go for about 4 or 5 this time round, and just try and give us that whole range of numbers, turn this into a mass stream rather than a Rocket League stream. But it'll come down to how hard these players work towards it, how hard the Wolfhounds defend and how hard they push to get into that third game position, or how hard Team Shy really just go ahead and shine.
Absolutely, and I think if Wolfhounds can keep their aggression up, like they did try in the end, and it was working. They had possession, especially over Team Shy towards the end there, but they just weren't in the right position, and their rotations weren't as clean as Team Shy's was, as they were always on defense. They were always ready to clear that ball out, and that's exactly what they did. I think if Wolfhounds can just be in position for when a teammate passes this game, they can definitely get some goals in and maybe even take the win here. But only time will tell.
Only time will tell. And of course, both teams gunning for this win this game for 2 different reasons. Of course, Team Shy fresh off the bat of that second win of this series, meaning they're probably going to be pushing forward to try and narrow themselves through to a 3-0 victory. Whereas the opposing team isn't going to want that. Ryzen takes a shot, and one of the worst goals you ever want to see in a game 3 position. It is the own goal off of high. They do go to try and... Oh no, it wasn't that. It was off of Frankie Monkey. My apologies. It was they went to roll it over, went to roll out the goal, but accidentally rolled into the goal, and it is 1-0 up within the first few seconds of this match. They do try and go for a shot on the top to try and make a consideration for that, but is just completely and quickly saved off of the goal line by the team over on Shy. And we do see a shot is taken by RZY. It is picked up by Ryzen on the side there, and we do have Hopeless ready to pick it up. It doesn't quite get there, and it is pushed into a very advantageous position for the Wolfhounds, but it do also fail to execute it quite well, and it does drop on down back into the opposing possession.
I think we're seeing a trend here as most games we've played so far, they've got a goal within the first minute, within the first 30 seconds, and as we say that, almost dead on a minute. That is the second goal for Team Shy, absolutely dominating this game so far. I mean, we might even see another 10-1 here. What do you think? At this rate, I think we definitely will.
We could see another 10-1. That is 2 goals in the space of a minute, 1 every 30 seconds. If we see something on 3:30, I will start to suspect that something is going on. But of course, that is just these players being super duper skilled. We do see that there is retaliation. There is the players on the Wolfhounds bringing it on back. RZY does pick it up. It is able to force it on through to a nice position with a demo in the middle of the field there. The goal is completely open. The shot is taken off the post, off the crossbar, and in. 3-0, and we're close to that 3:30. There's only 20 seconds for this goal, but yep, they're still getting goals within the sub-minute differentials, and this is an amazing display of skill. Team Shy 3-0 up. Wolfhounds can still get those 3 goals back in the time they have, but will it be enough time and enough pace to get to that position? It is played straight back on through to RZY, who has Hopeless to bounce it back off of the R, forced into their own half, which is something we see very rarely. As you see Emma trying to pick it up. Frankie is there to pick it up as well, though. Emma and Frankie working together. Do you see RZY just plays it on forward to themselves, and it does get too far, goes to that corner and is put back in play, but it is actually quickly picked up by Hopeless Will, who falls it on through. We see RZY taking a shot, hits that post, goes on through to Ryzen, who clears it up. 4-0. So where there's not a goal, there is something, and this is an amazing display of skill as a team. They know where they are and when they are, and they are just getting it in and in and in. A little love heart for the crowd there. 4-0 of 3 minutes 13. This is going very, very strongly to Team Shy.
I mean, that trend that we said every 30 seconds so far, it's basically happened, and if they can keep it up, it's definitely another 10-1 game. It's very incredible here by Team Shy. The aggression is absolutely unreal, and I think they definitely have the pressure over the Wolfhounds as they know how Team Shy now plays, and I don't think they can keep up with it by the looks of it. They can't keep possession, and Team Shy just absolutely slaughtering it once again. Another goal after basically 30 seconds. They're absolutely phenomenal playing here with only 2 minutes 40 left. It still could go either way, but at the minute it is looking like Team Shy are going to take this lead, and I think they definitely have played this game so far extremely aggressively. I think if Wolfhounds can do that, they can definitely start getting some goals here, maybe even get a comeback. But we're going to see a team play, and it does work out. Bottom left placement, absolutely phenomenal. With only 8 seconds since the last goal, they are now 6-0 up. It is absolutely crazy to see this in such a high lobby like this.
It seems that every time we mention the chance of a comeback, they prove us wrong, and it is being shown over and over again. We do see the Wolfhounds take a cheeky bit of a shot, but it's just quickly defended where there is no boost behind now whatsoever. We do see Hopeless Will goes again, gets that number 7 goal, and it is just going further and further. I do see a little bit of a taunt that they are whipping out every time they score, every time they win, which is playing Never Gonna Give You Up in the background, which could be a bit of a salt in the wound as well, because they're never going to give up on this victory and this lead they are having. We do see kickoff goes quite well. Wolfman is pushed back from the kickoff. Pai Kachow brings it on back, draws it on through. Frankie Money does pick it up and goes for a shot from very long out, but Ryzen is waiting on the perfect position to get it. It is drawn through the air, a bit of an aerial dribble. Hopeless Will does go and get a bit greedy and actually knock the player off, but when you're at this position, you can get greedy, you can mess about with your own teammates because you are 7-0 up. And it is Frankie takes a shot from far, turns it into a pass, goes for a little bit of a fake, but Ryzen has the freest of free reign to go for it, takes the shot, hits the crossbar. Hopeless gets there as well, doesn't get the best position, and is pulled all the way straight back to the Wolfhounds, who have a chance of getting some sort of consolation goal, but they even miss that. and it is going even more dominantly with our friends here at Team Shy.
I mean, like you said before this match, you voted for Team Wolfhounds, and it's a very unfortunate pick there, but they have just absolutely been slaughtered this game so far. As within the 3 games so far, they have only scored 1 goal, and Team Shy have scored 19.
It just goes to show that the pace and pressure you can put on in this game. With just over a minute left as well, we can see that Team Shy are starting to mess about a bit. They're going for some tricks, they're going for some spins, some twirls in their aerial dribbles. They do get pushed off of the goal, they're getting a little bit too close and greedy. They could have just gone for that shot there and got that goal and put a bit of salt in the wound, but they are playing with their food. They are the cat and Wolfhounds are the mice. They were the mighty wolves, but now they are mere little mice in the eyes of these players. It's drawn on through. We do see RZY take a shot there. There is that 8th goal. They are gunning for that 9th and that 10th. And with 50 seconds left, you can do 1 every 20 and you are getting yourself that double-digit series. If they can get those 10 goals again without conceding a single goal, that'll be an immaculate feat for the stream today. Of course, I will give the Wolfhounds every ounce of luck. They deserve it because they need it right now to get that differential going. A shot is taken. Ryzon gets it. That is the 9th. We could be seeing a 10th on the field today again.
Definitely is possible to see a 10-0 game, as we've already seen it basically. With 40 seconds left, they definitely have shown us that they do not need that much time to score at least 1 goal, and they've absolutely swept this game. And they're like you said, they are starting to play a little bit cocky, doing some spins, twirls, and they are. They're just playing a lot more mechanically than they usually would, as they just know that even if they mess up and triple commit, they're still 9 goals up. So it's really, they don't care. They just know they've got this win, and we might see another 10th goal here. Trying to get it past the middle. RZY is needing some boost there, so he's just not in position. But last 10 seconds here, going to be seeing RZY try and go for a pass there, but greatly intercepted there from the Wolfhounds. But there's just not enough time left. 3 seconds to go, and that is 9-0 to Team Shy. Absolutely phenomenal game.
But it's
9-0, 0 seconds on the clock, and
second goal.
They're like, nah, we need that 10 goal. and then they did it. Great goal there, ceiling shot from Ryzen, showing off his skills. Absolutely phenomenal plays there. Finishing the game 10-0. That is absolutely insane. 2 10-goal games even. Wow.
Just amazing. That was 22 goals across, no, 23 even, because he had 2 10s and 3. Just amazing. And even production was shocked at that. Like they were giving us all the no ways and gasps. That it just goes to show that is an amazing stuff you can see on display in tournaments such as these. And just really, really well done to Team Shy for showing an amazing show of skill, and well as commiserations and all different types of regards to the players on the Wolfhounds who tried their best. Unfortunately, got that 1 goal in the game, but I'm sure they can class it back in the future weeks of the Welsh Esports League.
That is, yeah, I have no words for that, but that was absolutely phenomenal. 2 best of 5s that we've seen there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next few match lineups, see who's going to be taking home the trophy and going into the finals. I think that'll be an intense game against 2 of the best teams, and I'm very excited to see that in the coming weeks.
It's going to be exciting to see those in those coming weeks, but of course we have to wait for those weeks to come up. So do keep your eyes peeled on all of the Welsh Esports League socials and all other affiliated socials alongside it, because that is where we'll keep up to date with the rest of the tournaments hosted by Welsh Esports, as well as the rest of the Rocket League. But of course, that is unfortunately the end of our stream today as well. But what a way to end it, with a 10-0 victory coming from Team Shy. But that for now is all from me, and I'm assuming all from Jinx this evening. So we will see you at some point next week to get the wraps with our week 3 matches. But until then, it is a good night from myself.
And a good night from me as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
If you're worried someone close to you is being radicalized, act early and reach out for help. We give advice and guidance, and together with other organisations, we can put the right support in place. Without it, your loved one could be drawn down a dangerous path. So we'll work to help them escape it. You won't be wasting our time. And if you act early, we can help before it's too late. If you're worried that someone you know is being radicalised, visit actearly.uk.